Hey, what's up? It's Adam Smith from the CommanderSmiths, and today going through the do's and don'ts when it comes to packaging your cards. This one was definitely a don't. There's a lot of things wrong with this, not only the packaging, but also the cards are stuck together with the tape. I've been getting a few of these lately, so I figured I needed to make a video. This one is actually a pretty solid package. Oh, yeah. I mean, the card is shipped well. You have it packaged right so it doesn't stick. I'll give you some of my tips that I'll go through when I'm packaging my stuff and sending it out, and actually makes it so it's very unlikely that your cards are going to get damaged and make for a happy customer when you're selling it. So stay tuned for just the tips on shipping your cards. All right, what we're going to do right here is we're going to go through a couple examples of some don'ts while shipping your cards, your trading cards, Yu-Gi-Oh, Magic, Pokemon cards, baseball, football, any type of trading card. I'm going to go through some of the don'ts because I've got a few of these this week. So I kind of want to start from the top and work my way down. So I'm going to start with the very worst package that I got this week, and that is this one right here. So this got so bad that their package came apart, and the post office used this plastic bag because it opened up. Looks like they even tried to tape it shut for where it all ripped apart. But this is a huge don't because, one, there's quite a few cards in here, and they just added the extra stamp. That's fine, but all they didn't have any protection of their cards or anything like that. And in fact, when you start to peel this off of here, this is how you can tell it's a really bad don't, because they actually taped it, and this is a big no-no when shipping cards. But I don't know if you can see that. Let's see if I can bring it to the camera a little bit. Yeah, see how it's starting to right here peel the black away. So this is a huge don't. So you never use tape and have the opening where the tape is, because during shipping, even the card that's in here, this is a don't right here as well, because the card that's in here is facing upwards. So, well, no, actually, hey, never mind. They did this one properly. See how the card is down? They had it down. So what happens, the worst case scenario is this card slides down and doesn't get out of the package. But for some reason, these other two packages, they decided to keep that open and tape it shut. And as you can see, I'm going to see if I can get that on the camera again. Take all these off of there. If you look close, let's see if my camera can focus. There's some white right there. And it's focusing underneath. Yeah, there you go. That white right there is from the tape. So now these cards go from light play or near mint to damaged cards or heavy play. Not damaged, but I'd say more moderate play because of that, just these. So that is probably my worst example. I'm going to get a couple others, and this is all just this week. So I'm just kind of going through. So this is probably the next step down. It was nicely folded in here, wasn't attached or anything like that. But again, look at that. It's taped, and this card is actually stuck. The very top card right here is stuck to that tape. I haven't even attempted to take this one off, but as you can see, oh, it came down. Hopefully, I'm opening it up. Did we get any damage? It doesn't look like it. Maybe a little bit right here. Let's see if I can get that on there. Come on. Yeah, I don't see it. You see a little bit of white there, but again, this one doesn't even have sleeves. These cards are just up in the open, as you can tell, like the thermopod. That's what I've been specking on a little bit. But they damage. I mean, by not putting it in a sleeve was the number one no-no. And then number two is if you had it in a sleeve, you got to face it the other way. So this isn't a hard case. All the cards are in a hard case. But again, they put the tape here and then just the cards stick to that. That's just, with shipping, cards are going to move around. And eventually, if you're lucky, they don't hit that tape, but more than likely you're going to get cards that touch that tape and then it's damaged. Here's one that didn't come with any plastic covering. It did have the shipping paper there. It was in a man-made, cardboard. But the thing is, tape here, you can see that's coming apart right there, and tape at the top, and that ended up coming apart. These cards, luckily, were still in the sleeve or in this cardboard casing, but could easily slide out. So they did a good job of having the tape. But again, see, there's tape there. These cards could slide out and hit that tape. So This actually might be a step down from the one I just showed you, but the reason I showed you this is this one actually has a sleeve, and you can kind of consider this a hard case, but I never put it in this. You always use the plastic casing. Then we move next down the list a little bit better with this one. As you can see with this, they have no tape on this. So the danger here, and again, all they had to do is turn those upside down, and then the cards don't fall out. They're lucky that it didn't slide out in the package, and then you get it out in the envelope, and it's sitting there, and you have the mailman, and they're bending your cards. So this one, they at least didn't make the mistake of having the tape there to ruin the cards, but the cards themselves could have slid out of the packaging and got bent in the envelope. Then we move to our best packaging. Now, this isn't perfect because I'll show you the perfect way to do this, but what they did here, you can use these as well, but you buy these sleeves that are sealable. Now, that prevents it from getting out of the package, so you don't get that slip like those last cards. But again, these aren't actually in here, so these can move around a little bit. Not terrible. I would do a little bit extra on this step. I think because they had 2 cards, sometimes it gets a little tricky to put them in the top loaders. But what I would still do is you can easily, they could have done that, fit it in here and then throw a piece of tape over it. But this is by far the best one that we had here. So what I also want to show you is the proper way to do this. So what I actually do, you can use these sealable ones, but I don't typically use these until you get to about $20 or more. So we're going to just do this without this and show you the proper way to do it. So what I like to do is you take the card, like I've been showing you, put it in there. You put it in your hard case like so. Let's get it in there. That's what she said. Then we put it in. Now we grab our tape. This will be solid. Like what you're going to do here is going to save you tons of money. And actually in my next video, I'll show you all this that I'm doing here is only going to cost you 5 cents. So you take the tape, I fold the edge so that it's easy for people to peel it up. Because my biggest problem is I get those ones that it's taped here and you have to push on here. I worry that it's not going to, but I worry pushing on the card is going to add a dent. So actually what I end up doing is cutting it that way. But when you add this, it's kind of like courtesy for that. But what I also do is, this is my son's artwork that they get done with, is when they're done with it, instead of going in the recycling or garbage, I take it and I use it for scrap paper. Or what I do is I cut a normal 8.5 by 11 sheet in half and use that for my shipping. But I create a little container. So not only do you have your plastic container, the reason why I do this, there's a reason for this, is because I have had cards stolen when you just throw it in the envelope where it's just the hard plastic sleeve. People know that it's card collecting or it's tradables or something like that. So what they'll end up doing is I've had them cut this and slide the cards out. So I actually put it in this, and there's another reason for this, is I put it in here and I will tape this down. And the reason for that is because if you're just using a 55 cent, your forever stamps on this, it goes through the machine. So when you tape this down, if you forget to tape it, those machines can catch the edge and shoot those out of there. Now that might happen to the one that first one I showed you, is the machine caught it, although it had another stamp, so it shouldn't have actually gone through the machine. But I've had in the past, if you don't add this sheet here, you don't attach it to the envelope, the machine will kick it out of your envelope. So I run a piece of tape right there. I seal this whole thing, and I run another piece of tape here. That's more to prevent people from trying to open it, or if you're licking this closed or whatever doesn't work correctly and it peels open, the tape is actually your backup to that. But so you have this business envelope, so people can't really see in, but also it adds a little bit of like a ramp, I would say, because when you have that plastic edging, it's really sharp edges, and so that can get caught on the when they send it through the rollers. When you have it in this, it's more gradual and is less likely. I very rarely have any problems with that. So that would be my only issue with the other one that they had, is I would have taped it to the inside of the envelope. And I have seen a lot of people doing that now. It seems like more and more. But this week in particular, I got a ton of bad ones. And I figured I needed to show a video of the proper way. And again, I'm going to check out the other videos, but I'm going to show you this. What I just showed you is only going to cost you 5 cents for materials to ship all your stuff. And I will also show you how to ship premium cards that only cost you 25 cents. If you like this video, you can get the breakdown of everything, where to buy your stuff, how much to buy, to make it so you can ship something like this for just 5 cents. Also, you can check out how to ship your premium cards for just 25 cents in a bubble mailer, and that video is right here. Otherwise, I'll catch you next time. This is Adam Smith from the CommanderSmiths with just the tips. Saga!